Good morning on the Rural Radio Network.
More auction.
It is time to look at the factors influencing the commodity trade today. On the line with us from Chicago is Mark Gold with Top Third Ag Marketing. Good morning, Mark.
Well, good morning. Overnight we had May corn up 2 1/4 cents, 466 3/4. May wheat up 6 3/4 cents, 543 1/4, and May beans up 10 3/4 cents at 993 3/4. Everybody today wants to know whether China is going to capitulate or whether they're going to tell the president no deal. The president said if he doesn't have anything by 11 o'clock this morning, that he's going to increase the tariffs to 50% on China. So that's still something to be reckoned with. The Dow Jones, though, is up currently 1,100 points, back up to 39,271 right now. Obviously, is it a dead cat bounce or is the worst over? It's hard to know quite yet. Maybe we'll know better at 11 o'clock. Spring wheat ratings, the spring wheat is 3% planted versus 3 on average. Winter wheat is 48% good to excellent on the first numbers. We've got corn plantings at 2% complete versus 2% on average. We did sell 240,000 metric tons of corn to Spain this morning. Wednesday on Thursday, we're looking for lower corn carryout numbers there. Cash beans have been a little bit higher in Brazil. One large crusher in Argentina who takes 9% of the crush for the country looks to be in bankruptcy. That could be a little bit helpful for our meal. And that's pretty much it.
It's always a lot of things we're watching. Mark Gold with Top Third Ag Marketing in Chicago, our guest this morning. You can learn more at topthird.com. We do remind you, though, here on the Rural Radio Network, that trading futures involves a risk of loss and may not be suitable to all investors. Let's look at your opening grain comments. I'm Bryce Duskett on the Rural Radio Network.
The Rural Radio Network is looking for talented, driven individuals to join our team. We have exciting opportunities for a farm director and agriculture broadcaster in central Nebraska and a market anchor to bring critical market updates to our listeners. We don't just report the news. We tell the stories of farmers, ranchers, and rural communities across the heart of America. Join a team that values authenticity, community, and the future of agriculture. Ready to grow your career? Apply today at ruralradionetwork.com under About and Careers.
The old way of doing things makes sense for some things, like a hot dog at the game. But the old ways don't make sense if you expect more yield out of your acres, because there's a new way to unlock the full potential of your fields, and it starts when you plant Enlist corn. With 4 robust trait tolerances, glyphosate and glufosinate, plus 2,4-D choline and FOP, it unleashes ultimate weed control flexibility with multiple modes of action to fight weeds. See what's possible for your fields at enlist.com/corn.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network. Let's get our livestock comments this morning from Jerry Stoll with Country Futures in Frankfort, Kansas. Good morning to you, Jerry.
Good morning. We'll talk about equities here briefly because they're kind of center stage and have been for the last several days. The S&P futures are currently up 121, the dollar index 28 lower. Dow futures currently up 10.30, while crude oil is up 42. Now, yesterday we saw a good rally off the lows in the equities, and actually when the livestock were closing, the equities were on a good rally, but the livestock ignored that as they were just in that liquidation mode. So hopefully, the combination of how we closed equities yesterday and then how they're trading today, maybe we can see the livestock look more over towards equities and try to bounce today. So that generally should be supportive. Last night's lean hog index 88.19, down 19. Pork cutout value 97.27, up 150. Pork latest feeder index 279 even, down 195. The beef cutout value last night 339.50, up 105. We'll just call the cattle and hogs mixed to higher here this morning.
All right, thank you very much for that information. Jerry Stoll with Country Futures in Frankfort, Kansas, our guest here on a Tuesday morning. Look at some other general comments. Box beef prices were higher Monday, but aside from that, traders found little to hang their hats on. DTN reports the bulls and bears of the market. On the bull side, liquidation, they say, generally runs its course in 3 days, and the overnight strength in the outside market should provide some support here as we get underway on a Tuesday. On the bear side, packers not expected to purchase cattle aggressively this week as the weakness of futures in the equity markets provides them with leverage to lower their bids. That's a look at your opening livestock markets here on the Rural Radio Network. I'm Bryce Duskett reporting from inside the Nebraska Soybean Board Studio.